How many of you do Tai Chi or with your clients? Awesome. So the next, our presenter next, we're starting a series for the next hour and a half or so. We have 3 speakers talking about functional movement. I'm sure there will be a lot of things that we can take. We've talked a lot about the mind-body connection, changing the stimulus, different creative ways that we can inspire our clients. And Dianne Bailey, our next speaker, has done just that. And I really believe, if you haven't seen her book, she has really changed the perception in our industry on Tai Chi, making it approachable, making it something that we can in some ways, simply integrate. So I'm very excited to introduce Dianne Bailey to the stage.
Good morning. The power of Tai Chi. Power of Tai Chi. I want you to think about those words. I know you've heard about Tai Chi. It's in the media all over the place right now. Newspaper articles, magazine articles, TV stations are picking up stories about Tai Chi. Why Tai Chi? The medical community for years has been talking about the efficacy of Tai Chi, and now they're starting to ramp that up and starting to recommend Tai Chi. So as a fitness professional, I'm sure, so as working with older adults, you might have at one point thought about doing or working with Tai Chi, maybe including Tai Chi in what you do. But it's at that point where some of you, a big wall just went up in your head, right? Because you said, wait a minute, I'm not a martial artist. I don't want to be a martial artist. I mean, good grief, it takes 20 years to learn Tai Chi before you can even teach it, right? And you have to go to China and you have to find a master. It's too difficult. I don't want to do that. And I bet at some point, because you're a fitness professional, you also thought, it can't really be exercise. It's so slow, right? It doesn't even register on my Fitbit. So how can it be exercise, right? Admit it, you thought that, right? So today I want to reframe your thinking. I want to reframe your thinking about Tai Chi. Yes, it is slow. Yes, it is gentle. But I'm going to start with a story about water. Well, at first, when we think of power as exercise professionals, right, this is what we think of. When we think of power with water, what do we think of? We think of Niagara Falls. We think of Hoover Dam. We think of the creation of power, right? Maybe we think of hurricanes and floods and the destructive power that water can do. This is a picture of one of the rooms in my former studio, and when we moved in September of 2010, we installed this suspended wood athletic floor. It was gorgeous. And that was September of 2010. On July 31st, 2014, my husband will laugh, I remember dates, like really crazy weird. But July 31st, 2014, I watched as that floor was removed from my studio, plank by plank, soaking wet, completely destroyed. Completely destroyed. If you see here this little radiator right there, there was a little hole that there was a spray of water. Now, this isn't an actual picture of the radiator. This is something I just picked up that shows, but that little spray of water that nobody could even see, it didn't even change the pressure in the boiler system. If you had put your hand in front of that little spray of water, it would just tickle your hand. Would you describe that little spray of water as powerful? No, right? But it was extremely powerful. It destroyed half of my studio. So can Tai Chi be powerful? You know, we're not talking about in the traditional sense as fitness professionals. We're not talking about speed and strength. We're not talking about powerlifting. There we go. So can Tai Chi be powerful? And yes, I want to explore that today. I want to see if I can convince you that powerful really does go with the word Tai Chi. And the reasons, the key to that is in the things that Tai Chi can do for you, in the functionality of what it does for you and for your clients. I want to start with something we've been talking about all weekend, right? Reducing falls in older adults. We know that it's a huge cost. We've already talked about that, $34 billion. We know that falls are a leading cause for injury death. We know that with that hip fracture, 20%, people have said this already, 20% die within a year. And we also know that it's not just the money, it's not just the pain, it's also that loss of independence. So of course, as fitness professionals, we want to find something to help our clients reduce the risk of falling. And Tai Chi is proven to reduce the risk of falling, not only in static balance, but also in dynamic balance. And Christian said it yesterday. He's like, falls happen when people are moving, and Tai Chi helps you with movement balance. So I want to do something. Stand up for me. And in Tai Chi, we have 3 columns, one straight down the center of our body, one through each shoulder, through each hip. So I want you to stand with your feet about shoulder width apart. I want you to think about that central column. And now try to lift one leg. You can't do it. Try it. You can't do it. If you try to center yourself on that central column, right? In Tai Chi, we also have the concept of substantial and insubstantial. Again, it's like water. I want you to think of water flowing from one side, letting the other side be empty. So now thinking of that, shift your weight over onto that outside column, let this side become completely empty, and now lift. Good, then try it on the other side. Shift all the way over, let it become completely empty, and lift. Isn't that much easier? So now go ahead and have a seat. You can take that next week to your clients. Try it on them. Try the words columns, explain your columns, explain water flowing and emptying one side, and have them lift. It will immediately improve their balance. It's amazing. And I was at a introduction to Tai Chi at Lisa's studio, and she was telling me about a gentleman who had really struggled with his balance because he'd had a concussion. And just in that hour-long introduction to Tai Chi, she was amazed at how his balance improved. Just because of those words, just because you're having people connect with, okay, I have that outside column, I have to let this empty, and I lift. It's amazing. And it's not just in the general population. It's also in people with chronic diseases like Parkinson's, like MS. There's something else that we've been talking a lot about this weekend. What other thing? Older people are afraid of losing their balance. What else are they afraid of losing? Their brain, their mind, right? We talk about Alzheimer's, we laugh about Alzheimer's, we say, oh, I've got some timers, right? But it's a real problem. And Tai Chi is proven to improve cognitive function. And the important part of this, a lot of the research that's coming out right now is you improve cognitive functioning, you're also improving your balance, right? This is attention and executive function appear to play an important role in the higher order cognitive control of gait, posture, and balance. Your executive functioning and your balance are connected. And Tai Chi improves your cognitive function, therefore, in another way, improving your balance. It's interesting with Tai Chi, improving your brain, we just talked about it just with Stephen, right? Learning something new causes the brain to go, whoa, I have to do something now. You're building new neuromuscular connections. Learning Tai Chi for most people is learning something very different from what they're used to doing. But it's not only just learning something new. It is a martial art. It is a form. You have to learn not only the individual movements, but you have to learn the sequence of the moves and memorize that sequence. And a lot of the movements actually cross the midline. When you cross the midline in a physical way like that, you're causing the two hemispheres of the brain to talk to each other. So there are many different ways that Tai Chi improves your cognitive function and therefore improves your balance. Now we're talking about power. This is so powerful for your clients. Simply by learning Tai Chi, you can be improving their balance, improving their brain. This study here was fascinating. We call Tai Chi movement meditation. And they did mindfulness meditation training, including Tai Chi, the movement meditation. And they did actual MRIs of people's brains before and after. Just from the meditation, increase in gray matter density in the hippocampus, known to be important for learning and memory. You're growing new brain cells by involving yourself by practicing Tai Chi. But not only that, it also showed a decrease in gray matter density in the amygdala, which is known to play an important role in anxiety and stress. Holy cow, you're decreasing that center of stress. What do our clients have to deal with in their lives, right? The world is full of stress. There's all kinds of stress, and we know as fitness professionals that stress is bad for us. Well, maybe not all the time. Distress is, there is a eustress, right? That stress fight or flight response, right? It increases heart rate, it increases blood pressure, it suppresses the immune system. You're on high alert. When you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger, that's a good thing. These are all good things, right? That's why the fight or flight system is in place. But when you're being chased by a saber-toothed tiger, there's an end to that stress, right? You either get away, or you don't, and that's the end. But in our society today, that sympathetic system is a constant drip, right? We can't get away from that stress. We know that exercise helps counteract the effect of stress, right? It does, absolutely, 100% it does. However, you have to realize exercise itself is stress. And if you take someone in a high-stress job and the only exercise prescription that you give them is high impact, high intensity, stress, 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 you've just added stress upon stress upon stress. And as a fitness professional, that prescription may not be the best for that client. So finding something that can help that client tap into the parasympathetic system, help them reduce their stress. And that, again, is the power of Tai Chi. As a form of exercise, it is proven to reduce stress. It's proven to be like moderate physical exercise to help reduce anxiety. Clients that do Tai Chi feel refreshed. They feel more vigorous. Yes, it's slow. Yes, it's gentle, and there's reasons for that. And it helps your clients deal with stress. I love this one. Findings from numerous studies support the belief that the practice of Tai Chi has multiple benefits to practitioners that are not only physical in nature. It's recommended as a strategy to promote successful aging. And isn't that what we're all about here? Right? Isn't that why we're here this weekend? We're all about promoting successful aging. We're not doing anti-aging, because if you're not aging, you're dead. Right? We're promoting successful aging. And Tai Chi is extremely powerful at that, because the benefits of Tai Chi translate to our clients' everyday life. This is why we do what we do. We want to help our clients live their lives with greater ease, with more enjoyment. This is why we do what we do. And Tai Chi excels at making sure those benefits of reducing the risk of falling, making sure that they're improving their cognitive functioning, reducing the stress, actually helping their body deal with the stress that they're under. These things translate to our clients and help them enjoy their everyday life. This is why it's so powerful. It brings all of those pieces together into one simple form of exercise. And it's not just moving slowly. That's not the key. Yes, it is slow. Yes, it is gentle. But it's understanding these underlying principles that really drive the benefits of Tai Chi. It's those columns that we talked about. Rotation is extremely important in Tai Chi. We were talking about that. Christian was talking about that. Michelle was talking about that. Moving from the Dantian. I mean, there's funny words in Tai Chi, but that's okay. You learn about new things. That increases your cognitive functioning. Understanding substantial and insubstantial. You saw how that helped with balance. And it's with movement balance. It's not just moving slowly, but you're training your body slowly, and then that actually translates to moving quickly. I don't ask my clients to walk through the grocery store like this. But I do ask them to be conscious of their substantial and insubstantial. I do ask them as they're walking, think about your columns. Don't be looking down. That's not good. But there's another power of Tai Chi that you may not have thought of. And that's extending your reach into your community. Because no matter how good you are, no matter how credentialed you are, no matter how many testimonials you have on your wall, there is a group of people, there are significant numbers of people that will never walk through your door. Never. Because they're afraid, because they're intimidated, because they've never exercised before, because they think that their health issues prevent them from doing anything except something gentle. And you know what? Their doctors are recommending they find a Tai Chi class. They go to their doctor, and their doctor says, find a Tai Chi class. And if you don't have that offering, they'll never walk through your doors. You and I both know that yes, they need all kinds of exercise. Yes, of course they need strength training. Yes, they need power training. Yes, they need to be able to walk quickly. They need to be able to walk that mile in 17 minutes. We know that. But how do we help them if they never walk through our doors? Tai Chi gives you the opportunity to meet people where they are. They're afraid. They look at Tai Chi and they hear it's gentle, and they think, I think I could do that. I could start there. I have several stories of clients who have started with me with Tai Chi with that very thought of, this is all I can do. And in my mind, I'm going, that's a great start. But I'm just meeting them where they are. And they do cross over into training. Once they get to know, like, and trust you, once they understand that you're not going to break them, they look at you and they go, well, should I be doing that other stuff too? And you go, yes, right? And you say yes. And at that point, they're ready because they understand that you understand them and you met them where they were and you've nurtured them and you've nurtured that relationship. If you're dedicated to the mature population, to older adults, Tai Chi is a crucial piece of the puzzle. It's not the whole puzzle. I'm not saying that's all you have to do. That's not all I do. It's not all I want my clients to be doing, but it is a piece of the puzzle, and it's a very important piece of the puzzle. Helping them by reducing their risk of falling, by improving their cognitive functioning, by helping them deal with their stress and anxiety. All of these things are critical to our older adult population. And just like the yin and yang symbol, which this is, it's the symbol of Tai Chi, right? You can't always have just one side. If you have just one side, if you're always going hard and fast, you don't have a complete circle. You have to have that complementary side, hard and soft, fast and slow. The power of Tai Chi is that it helps you complete the circle. I know that in my own body, I have 25 years in the martial arts. I love to punch and kick things, okay? I know that Tai Chi has allowed me to continue to punch and kick things, and it will continue to help me in the future. Think about just how powerful, how much more powerful your reach into your community will be if you just open the door to Tai Chi, right? It is easy. There's no special equipment. You don't even need a room. You can do it outside. In fact, it's really fun to do it outside. There's no special, you don't have to go to China to learn it. You don't have to spend 20 years learning it, believe me. It is easy to learn, and it will improve your cognitive function as well. And that last little piece that says social activity, that's an important piece as well, because we've heard over and over again, we need to get our older adults into a community events, helping them be social. And Tai Chi classes are fascinating. My noon class, not nude, noon class, they put it together themselves. They put together a third Wednesday of the month meeting after Tai Chi, and they go out and have coffee together. So it's really an important piece for your older adults. So I want you to just think about opening the door to Tai Chi. You don't have to be a master. You're just opening the door. You're providing the benefits that Tai Chi can give to those people who really need it. And lastly, I wanted to say, I really did want to teach you some more Tai Chi today, but it's hard in this kind of context. So if you go to my website, taichisystem.com, I do have a free 10-minute video that I will teach you some Tai Chi. You can do it anywhere on any device. If you just go to taichisystem.com, you can click on the certification part of it, or you can go to that taichisystem.com teaching-tai-chi, and that actually brings you to the exact page. So I hope this morning, at least, if you've never heard of Tai Chi, now at least you have, or if you were afraid of it, now at least you know that even though it is slow and gentle, it is very powerful, and it is a crucial piece of the puzzle. Thank you for letting me speak this morning. Anybody have any questions? Any questions at all? Do you want to come up to the...
My voice is big enough. I've never needed a microphone in my life. How do you take that person that's in that high stress job and they want to do exercise and they want to do that high stress? Like, what words do you use to convince them that Tai Chi is a good option?
Well, and Tai Chi is not the only kind of exercise that you want to be doing. It's part of a prescription. It's part of understanding the whole piece of the puzzle. Yes, that I know people that are high intensity and all they ever want to do is go, 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 right? And I look at them and I say, okay, clamp your fists down, grit your teeth. And how long can you do that? And they laugh and they go, well, yeah, not very long. And I'm like, yeah, that's what you're doing to your body. Yes, we can do that for some time. And yes, it's good for you for some. But you've got to counteract and you've got to have balance. Not only physical balance, but you have to have balance in your overall programming. Does that make sense? Okay. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
I just wondered if, when you do become certified, how that process goes. Is it online training and
Yes,
how do you become
yes.
certified?
The Open the Door to Tai Chi system is all online. It's self-paced. People learn at different rates, so I want you to feel comfortable learning that. You do have the option to add actual Skype sessions with me so that I can see you and help you with your own individual form as well. So thank you. There was another question somewhere. One more? What's that?
You can't answer that one.
Oh, okay.
And how long does it take to be able to teach Tai Chi?
You know, and that's a great question. That's an individualized part of why I didn't put a time limit on the certification too. It depends on your background. It depends on how much time you have to invest in the programming. what I've seen, and I do have people all over the world doing this. I actually have a student in Egypt, have one in Switzerland. It's way fun. But the average amount of time for a fitness professional I see going through the program is about 4 months. Okay?
You said there's a basic number of movements.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Or is there more beyond that?
What I teach is the Yang style 24 short form. There is a long form. There's 108 moves. There are actually several different forms of Tai Chi, and there are different forms within those different styles. Okay, I teach the Yang style 24, and what I tell people is it's not a horizontal learning event where you learn the 24 moves and then you learn 36 and then you learn 108. What it is it's a vertical learning. You learn those 24 movements, you learn the sequence of the flow, and then you start adding on those principles and you start adding layers onto that learning. Okay? Does that make sense? Good. Shelley had one more, and I'll catch you later. I need to wrap up here.
Hi, not so much a question as I have done Dianne's Open the Door to Tai Chi certification, and to answer some of your questions there, sir, I'm a personal trainer with a reasonable amount of body awareness. I started, I think, last March. Took me about 3 months doing 20 minutes a day. I also came to the workshop here last year and did the in-person thing with Dianne. That helped tremendously. And I'm way better at it this year than I was last year after, several times a week. I'm teaching Tai Chi 4 classes a week in my studio, and people are loving it. And my advanced people, they don't want to quit. We're adding these 8 principles and, like she says, a vertical learning event, and it's just becoming a richer experience for them. They're getting better. They're feeling calmer. The stress is less. Their balance has improved tremendously. I have a stroke recovery patient. She's doing fabulously well. So highly recommend it.
Thank you so much, Shelley. I appreciate it. Thank you.